Social system model and key elements of school as social system.
Before we start our next topic, let's define first what is school, what is social system, and what does social system refers to. The school is a system of social interaction. It is organized whole comprising interacting personalities bound together in an organic relationship. As a social system, it is characterized by an interdependent of parts, a clearly defined population, differentiation from environment, a complex network of social relationships, and its own culture.
What is social system? Social system is an organization based on Long-Rest 2000 is a group of elements and activities that interact and constitute a single social entity. Based on also 1970, it is a model or organization that possesses creativity beyond component parts. It is distinguished from its environment by clearly defined boundaries. It is composed of subunit elements and subsystems that are interrelated within relatively stable patterns or social order.
What does social system refers to? It refers to activities and interaction of groups consisting of members brought together for a common purpose. Classroom is a good example of social system. The ethos, the norm, values, and psychological aspect.
Basic assumption for social system models. Assumption is a fact or statement that is taken for granted. Basic assumptions for social system model. Social systems are open systems. Schools are affected by state mandates, by politics, by history, and a host of other environmental forces. For example, is nung pandemic, the mandates on when to open face-to-face classes is based on the approval from government recommended by the IATF. Social systems consist of interdependent parts, characteristics, and activities that contribute to and receive from the whole. For instance, when the principal is confronted by parental demands for new courses in colleges, not only the principal is affected directly but also the teachers and students are affected. Similarly, when the principal is bombarded with critiques and feedbacks from the office of the DepEd, the effect is also felt by the teachers and pupils too. Social systems are people. Teachers act on the basis of their needs, beliefs, and goals as well as their roles. School is effective because of the abilities of teachers. In contrast, the teachers may also have negative effects to school operation in its bad actions. Social systems are goal-oriented. Student learning and control are just two of many goals. But the central goal of any school system is the preparation of its students for adult roles. For example, DepEd mission is to protect and promote the right of every Filipino and complete basic education. Social systems are structural. School systems have division of labor, specialization, and hierarchy. For example, we have math and science teachers specialization. We have the teachers group, the guidance and administrator, the hierarchy, superintendent, the principal, and teachers. Social systems are normative. Schools have formal rules and regulations as well as informal norms that prescribe appropriate behavior. This is included in School Improvement Plan or the SIP. The school needs to have a school policy. Social systems are sanction bearing. Formal mechanisms such as expulsion, suspension, termination, tenure, and promotion, as well as informal sanctions that include the use of sarcasm, ostracism, and ridicule. For example, in school, we organize committees in this mechanism. Like for learners, we have the School Council for the Protection of Children. For parents, we have the Parents Teacher Association. Social systems are political. Schools have power relations that inevitably affect administrator and teacher activities. So there should be a clear understanding of the rules and policy of the school and the DepEd. So if you were a teacher, so as a professional teacher, you should know the code of ethics. Social systems have distinct cultures. Schools have dominant set of shared cultures that influence behavior. If you know how to manage to unite these differentiated cultures that we have these, we can be the reason for success. Social systems, conceptual and relative. For one purpose, a classroom can be considered a social system, but for other purposes, the school or school system may be viewed as a social system. Basically, they are related. Example, the Brigada Escuela implementation. All formal organizations are social systems, but all social systems are not all formal organizations.
Key elements of the school as a social system. Schools are social systems with the following key parts. First, the structure. Rules are expectations of positions that are arranged in a hierarchy. Next, the individual. The individual is a key unit in any social system, regardless of position. People bring with them individual needs, beliefs, and a cognitive understandings of the job. Culture represents the unwritten feeling part of the organization, its shared values. Politics, informal power relations that develop spontaneously. Next, core. The teaching learning process is the technical core of schools. Environment, everything outside the organization or the source of inputs. Outputs, the products of organizations, example, educated students. Next, the feedback, communication that monitors behavior. And the last one is the effectiveness, the congruence between expected and actual outcomes.
Schools are important organizations that prepare all children for adult roles. As a social system, the school is described by an interdependence of part, clearly define the population differentiated from its environments, a complex network of a social relationship in its own unique culture. The environment in the picture represent the school as a social system that transforms the input into output. It is undergoing transformation process since the primary goal of a school as an institution is to interact and transmit abilities to the student with the help of the force system. First, structural system. It is the similar to those of formal organization position in a hierarchy indicate rules formed from those expectations which assign duties to a specialized person. And the second is cultural system. It is similar to emergence of informational organization. Culture emerges from interaction of individual within a system. And the third is political system. The politics emerge from the interaction of authority and the power within an organization. And the last is an individual system. Every individual interpret the rules according to their behavior, such as a teacher, learner, administration, and student. As a school, an open system is a different from another system because of its transformation process. In the school input are student and the output is the graduate. Therefore, the system takes sources from the environment, transformation them according to the needs of the environments. However, the most important element interaction between the school system is feedback.